Okay, greetings and welcome again to the series on becoming a Noble CFO and what does a Noble CFO look like. We've talked about the foundation being stewardship. We talked about the values that are part of being a Noble CFO. The first value that we talked about was being a person of integrity, absolutely critical piece of being a Noble CFO. The second value that I'm going to talk about is the value of pursuing an attitude of service. You've probably heard me speak before about servant leadership and how important it is to really pursue this attitude of service. A servant leader is a person of character who puts people first. Now, oftentimes in the business world, that becomes a little bit of an odd thing, right? I am your boss, and so you're going to do what I tell you. No, I'm your boss, and I'm going to serve you and help you be the best person you can be. I'm going to help you do the best job you can in this business. If you fail at that, or if you make mistakes, it's because I'm not being a good servant leader. I'm not leading you correctly. If I'm doing my job as a servant leader, then you'll be able to do your job most effectively. What also that means is I need to listen, have empathy, awareness, build community, and look at how can I grow people. I've been part of a lot of different companies, and I see when leaders get together and talk about how can we be better servants to our employees, that's a really good thing. It creates a wonderful culture and environment in that business. Then those leaders come to their team and do exactly the same thing. So it's like, how can I best serve you? What's going on in your life? Oh, you're having some issues with a sick child or child in school or whatever the issues are in your life. I'm going to listen. I'm going to have empathy and I'm going to go, okay, I'm aware now of what is happening. I can't necessarily fix what's happening in your life. That's not my job, right? But I can have empathy and I can work on how can I help you be the best person possible, both in your community, in your family, but here at your job and understanding the things that are going through. We'll talk about another value called grace, but this is where grace would come in and say, okay, you're going through some tough times right now. I'm going to have grace, I'm going to have empathy, and I'm going to help you. I'm going to serve you, help you be the best person you can be and to do your job as best as you can under the circumstances. That's pursuing an attitude of service. Now, there was a quote I read, and it's a little long. Listen carefully because it's a little hard to grasp, but this quote says, if a better society is to be built, one that is more just, more loving, one that provides greater creative opportunity for its people, then the most open course is to raise both the capacity to serve and the very performance as a servant of existing institutions by new regenerative forces operating within them. If a better society is to be built, okay, we all want our communities to thrive. We want our society to be loving, caring, helping people flourish, right? So if a better society is to be built, one that is more just, more loving, one that provides greater creative opportunity for its people. Okay, think about the community, think about your job. Are those things that you would like to pursue? Having a society that's just, more loving, giving people opportunity to be creative in who they were made, how their skills are. So if that society, then the most open course is to raise both the capacity to serve and the very performance as a servant of existing institutions by new regenerative forces operating within them. Really meaning we can create this environment by increasing the capacity to serve. And this very performance as a servant leader of the institutions and businesses that we're involved in, that is going to bring regenerative forces operating within those organizations and those businesses. Okay. So believe that or don't believe that. I know it's true. I absolutely have seen it in organizations I'm part of. And I've seen if you can develop and approach people with a servant leadership attitude, organizations are going to flourish. People are going to flourish. Peter Drucker said, the key to greatness is to look for people's potential and spend time developing it. Thinking about in the industrial age, we weren't looking at people's potential. We were going, look, we got to get X number of pieces made in X amount of time under X number of budget. That is your job. Do it. Peter Drucker is saying if you really want to be a great leader and develop great people, you should look for their potential and you spend time developing it. That is pursuing an attitude of service. My job is to serve you, to help you do better, develop your potential, become a better person, better worker, and organizations, businesses, communities will flourish. Thank you again for your time and listening to these different values and how I express them. And I just so much look forward to the opportunity to work alongside you, work with you as you want to become a Noble CFO and join me in this grand adventure, if you will, of the Noble CFO. How can we transform business? How can we transform communities? Because we are approaching business from a different mindset than what is often seen. We'll talk next time about the value of grace, and I look forward to sharing that with you. We'll talk to you real soon.